Alright folks, so one of the modifications, or one of the first modifications I want to make on this bike is to shift the gearing from standard gearing to GP shift, or reverse shift as it's sometimes called. The process is to remove this screw over here. Here's the screw. I don't see any nut on the back side, so it's just a screw. And that needs to be moved over from here to there. And at first blush, that is an easy process. But if you take a look at this hole here, I don't know, clearly you can see it, but it does not have a thread. So we're gonna have to thread that hole. And so to do that, I need to find out exactly what size thread that's gonna be. So the first job is to remove this, and then see this, measure the size of this screw, and then make the threads in this hole so that this can then be moved over. Now once that happens, it's going to change the angle over here. You can see it's pretty much a 90-degree angle. So I'll get to that later on. I guess my first step is to remove this screw. And it takes a 5mm Allen key, but it's got some pretty strong Loctite. At least medium strength Loctite. So what I'm going to do is I've got this this heat gun over here. I'm just going to apply some heat, I don't know, for 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to use a 5mm hex and see if I can get the screw loose, because the absolute last thing you want to do is to strip that screw. It's going to be a real pain if you strip that screw. All right, I'm going to need both hands to apply heat to this. We got a heat gun, so let me do that, and then we'll turn this back on. All right, so the heat gun actually worked pretty well. I just applied heat there for about 2 minutes, and that's all I needed. So this comes right out. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see what size screw this is, so that I can match it with a thread right here. All right, I've got this little contraption here that allows me to determine the size of a screw. So this is the screw that we're trying to figure out how big it is. And M8 is too big. M7 is too big, and M6 is the right size for this screw. It goes in perfectly. I hope you can see it. So we're going to use here. I've got this thingy here, and I'm going to pick out an M6 and then use this with a drill to drive a hole through this, like so, and thread this hole. Now the trick is you got to be absolutely steady and straight over here, because you don't want it to be going cockeyed and strip something. So I believe I have something that's going to help me hold this straight. So let me get back. All right, so this is a little contraption. It's actually a pen that's got a level meter over here. So I'm going to put this on top of my drill, and then try to get this hole like right there on the center. And that way I'll know I'm not going up or down. So it's going to require both hands, but let's see if this works. So right now it's straight. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm going to hold it like that and gradually Hope this works. Yeah, I can see a little bit of those chips falling out, aluminum chips. I just hope I have enough of battery in this drill. Okay, I'm in. I'm gonna take it out gently. Easy. Oh yeah. Hope that didn't mess up anything. Okay, we're good. Uh-oh. Did I break the drill here? Fuck. Yeah. The damn thing broke. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to pull it out. I think I can just twist it and it'll come right out from the other side. So let's do that with some pliers. I am shocked. I didn't think the bit was so brittle that it actually broke. Okay, I'm just gonna keep twisting it. It should come right out. All right, so I have managed to clean this up and clean up all the mess from down there. And I extracted this drill bit that unfortunately broke. But I think and I hope that it has gone all the way through to where the hole is threaded. And there's only one way to find out. So I'm going to now put this screw and use the screw to clean out the thread. And hopefully it will work. So just hold it as straight as possible, and looks like it's going to work. It's going in, it is behaving. Beautiful. So it is an M6 thread. So we should be in good shape. So now we move this over. I'm gonna use Loctite and make sure that it doesn't pop out, because that would not be good, especially if you're riding and zipping down the highway. Okay, so looks like we're good. It's gonna come in here. That's gonna change the angle. And one way to fix that would be to loosen this and move it, so I'm going to do that. Okay. All right, so for this, I want a bit of Loctite. This is that broken drill bit. All right, let's get some Loctite on this baby. I'm going to hand thread to get this thing started. And then I'm going to hand tighten the rest of the way. And I don't want to go too crazy. Just nice and snug. Maybe 8 to 10 Newton meters, that's my guess. And pop this dust cover. There we go. All right. All right, so this thing has been moved over and it's into the GP shift position, but this has lost its 90-degree angle. So I'm gonna loosen and maybe remove this screw and lower this link, the shift rod, so that I'm able to regain the 90 degrees, okay? But what's gonna happen is if I lower this down, then the shift lever is gonna come too far down, so I'm gonna have to shorten this this adjustment here. So a couple of steps. One is to loosen this and change the angle to where we're back to about 90 degrees, so maybe somewhere over here. And that means I would have lengthened the rod by, 2 or 3 inches, I guess, maybe 2 inches, I don't know, 1 inch. And so I'm going to shorten this this portion. This is adjustable, so I'm going to shorten this by whatever it takes to get back the OEM position. One way to do that is the OEM position. If you take the measurement right from there to down there, we're at 36 centimeters. Okay, so right from there, let me go straight down. It's always difficult to get an exact measurement point, and you have to go back to that same measurement point. I'm going to say 35 centimeters. So we're going to come back to 35 after the adjustment. So we're going to loosen that up, and it looks like it's an 8 millimeter. And tighten, loosen that way, this way. Okay. Down. Just take out this screw. We also have to loosen this. That's a 10. And loosen up this baby here. Okay, so now we're going to push this shift rod up as we bring that sucker down. And the idea is to remain here at 35 centimeters and keep that at 90. Okay, so I'm going to say that's close to 90. Yeah, closer to 90 than it was before. I don't want to push it too far. So now we're going to have to move this up this way, and you can see the rod is going up. Beautiful. And we're just going to get it back to 35. And well, now we're good when it hits 35, because that is the OEM position, so it goes up a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, that is perfect. So now we just got to tighten all these things without moving. This one. Okay, so tighten that this way. I'll hold this when I tighten that. Hold this when I tighten this, and we are in great shape, much better shape. It's almost 90 degrees, so I think we should be fine. All right, and then this goes back in. This. Okay, this should work perfectly. we'll take it out for a ride and confirm everything. But I think we're going to be in good shape. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you change the shift pattern from regular to GP shift. So remove this screw with a 5mm Allen key, but this is pretty tight. You do not want to strip that screw, and so I applied a little bit of heat and it came right out. And then this hole over here needs to be tapped and threaded. I used an M6 tapping, deburring, holing combined sort of drill bit. I moved it over here. When I moved it over here, the angle changed because previously it was right at 90 degrees. So I had to pop this out and lower this to get back to about 90 degrees. That caused the shift lever to go too far down, and so I had to adjust the shift radio here and brought it back to 35 centimeters from that line there down to the floor of the lift. Beautiful.